To this day in my life, I have failed to quench the thirst for adventure, which has led me to some of the world's hidden corners. Going off the path is where the magic seems to happen. Perhaps by human experiences in nature, we will become more inclined to appreciate and protect it. I had one season between classes to execute a whole other style of learning, and I wanted to show you the unsung wonders of Niagara.
Hi, I'm Owen Bjorgan, and I'm about to show you one of my favorite hidden corners in Niagara Region.
The Niagara Gorge, an international border, a biological hotspot, and a raging river. Millions visit Niagara Falls and Niagara-on-the-Lake from all over the world every year, but the Niagara Gorge is as worthwhile as the falls that made it. My buddy Bobby and I decided that we wanted to watch an interesting annual phenomenon where icebergs the size of vehicles shoot Class 5 and 6 rapids. Niagara Falls has been carving its way south for about 12,500 years now. The result is a gigantic canyon, a humongous freshwater whirlpool, and immense habitat variety. Streams and seeps liberated from the grip of winter ice are finding their way down to the river in a world of liquid and ice. It's early spring in Niagara, and change is happening right before your eyes.
Look at...
Oh. That'd be insanely cold right in it.
Holy
It's
cow.
like a giant ice cube. With the undertow right there. You can't even pull it over. That's gotta weigh 2 tons or something.
April 4th, 2015. 2015 pounds of ice and mud and debris coming down the Niagara River.
No matter what the time of year, the gorge can captivate with ease. Saturated walls of water support the northern dusky and Allegheny mountain dusky salamander, the northern dusky being found nowhere else in Ontario. Tulip trees, bald eagles, and beavers are also at home down here.
Oh, baby. Ginger.
Very ginger, like ginger ale ginger. Growing right here in the wild, nature's bounty.
Summer in the depths of the gorge is like being enveloped by a giant green cloak. Very little sunlight reaches the forest floor, where my personal favorites like to hang out.
Pretty sluggish, eh?
Yeah.
I grew up in a backyard
did
full
he
of
disappear?
eastern garter snakes, the most ubiquitous snake in Niagara Region.
Clearly he's more scared of you than you are of it. And this is why they deserve a bit of respect. They deserve a bit of love. We check these things out up close. And as you can see, he just wants to get away. I just wanted to show you a beautiful creature worth appreciating that has a rightful space right here in the rocks. Snakes. Rock.
Hello, beautiful. Hello.
He's
Can I
gonna be
hit you behind the
feisty.
head?
Nice job.
Okay.
Nice job. Beautiful.
Gee,
Beautiful snake. Good stuff. A northern water snake. This is another snake that people are so scared of, and really, we're
I just want to
showing
be
this-
left alone. Ooh, careful.
We're good.
Yeah. It just wants to be left alone.
Absolutely gorgeous.
In Niagara, our general relationship with snakes may be representative of our relationship with the environment. With a better knowledge of our surroundings, we can make better decisions on sharing time and space with other species. My buddy Paul could have shoveled this harmless milk snake to death, but decided to call me to release it back into the wild, back into its home. In a mathematical sense, the physical complexity and ruggedness of the gorge creates a very high surface area, and therefore a sheer variety of habitat. Unworldly-looking plant communities cling to life in the nooks and cracks of the rock. Some of these rocks have tumbled to the bottom of the gorge after breaking free from the top rim. Gravity pulls rock and water into the gorge with unrelenting beauty and force. Ah, Sean and Tom, the friends that grind their way through university with you, and the friends that make the most of a solid adventure. We took to the gorge at night to catch a glimpse of the nocturnal and more secretive life. The more willing you are to experience places in different weather, moods, or time of day, the more likely you are to see the unusual. The almighty Niagara Gorge had one more trick up its sleeve for us.
I'm here with longtime friend since kindergarten, Michael Slingerland. We're such longtime friends that we didn't even phone each other to wear these shirts together. What is friendship? Neither of us have ever heard of this secret gorge, let alone ever been down here. We're very excited. This is crazy! Be very careful, this is slippery ground here, right on the edge. Slippery slope and a long way down. I'm feeling a little shaky near the edge here today. The soil's pretty soft. Holy.
Oh, careful, Michael. What Michael and I had discovered next was not only truly remarkable to us, but it may be entirely new to science. We came across a waterfall that defied the laws of gravity and actually flowed backwards. We're totally kidding. But what we did find is a waterfall that isn't seen or heard by anybody walking, biking, or driving along the top of the Niagara Gorge. Absolutely spellbinding.
We may have made a very interesting discovery today. Michael and I have come across a tree marking. Here's the size comparison. I'm not exactly sure what known animal around here could mark up a tree like this. There are definite claw marks going that way, and something peeled the bark off here like they meant business. Cougar? Possibly? I think that's what I'm gonna have to be. Honey. That's gotta be something very, very unusual. In the hidden corners like these, this place is remote. It was wicked tough to get here. Absolutely frightening. I should have brought a diaper. And because of its remoteness, it makes me wonder between actually seeing this, the size of it, the very evident claw marks, and the occasional cougar sighting we get in Niagara Region, I can't help but wonder and get a little bit excited. Wow. Behavior. Big cats, like black bears too actually, like to mark trees with their claws. I see very definitive claw marks on here. It's extremely inaccessible. I can't believe we're down here. And everything just fits. I'm sold that this could be a legitimate big cat or a cougar marking on a tree. Oh!
Even if this is a cougar marking, you'd still have better luck finding cougars at the local bar than in the wild. It's mid-June, and I'm out looking for the common snapping turtle, a prehistoric-looking reptile with big jaws and big concerns.
And this is exactly what we're here for. Giants. And I want to show you exactly what this beautiful creature is all about.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. You are so beautiful. Whoa. Whoa. Hello, sweetheart. Hello. I know you're not happy. It's okay. It's okay. Because guess what? I'm here to promote you. I just want to show the world exactly 100% what you're all about. This is a common snapping turtle, and this one's ancient. Folklore says they can take your finger off. That is false. They cannot take your finger off, but they can inflict a serious bite. And then she is, well, is it a she? Let's find out. It's a male. Concave underside allows the male to get up on top of the pretty girls and then do his business. Oh my god, the way I tongue. This is now a species of special concern in Ontario because it's losing habitat front, right, and center. Hello. Hey. Wow. You are beautiful. Just look into their eyes. They have such gorgeous eyes. Oh, I got the shakes. My adrenaline's going. I love this. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you go because you're more scared of me than I am of you. And that's a fact of life for all the wildlife around here. These animals deserve respect and space and love. Thank you for your time today, mister. Go find yourself some more beautiful women. Holy shit, what a workout to tussle with an animal like that. Got vehicles zooming up and down here at 100 kilometers an hour plus some, and we're gonna get this turtle out of harm's way. It looks to be that the ditch is here. It's hard to tell if she or he was heading that way, but we're gonna get her off the road regardless because a live turtle is much better than a dead turtle. Now, because this snapping turtle is out on land, she's not gonna be, or he's not gonna be, we're gonna find out if it's a boy or a girl, very happy about me moving this individual. And that's because when they're out on land, they're vulnerable, they're scared. They have these webbed feet and this streamlined shell. Well, what that's for is being much better in the water than they are on the land. And that's why on the land they can be cantankerous. Look how this turtle is arching its body up and it's saying, I'm big, I'm strong, and I have a mean bite. Look at that posture. What a beautiful animal. I want to show you how you can safely move a snapping turtle off the road. It's an intimidating bit of a process, but you're saving a life that otherwise might be put on the concrete. So watch and learn. Here we are. So you go from behind. I like to go more of a hamburger style, and she's not gonna like this. Watch the snapping motion. It's not gonna be fun, but you know what we're gonna do? We got her, and here she is. Yep, that's a fast snap. So now I got her, my hands are safe, you're safe, and above all, most importantly, this turtle is going to be safe. Let's get this individual, this beautiful individual, to the nearest ditch. Follow me. You do not want to get your fingers in there. It would really hurt. And you're going home, sweetie. There we are. And I come here year after year in the vernal pools or the spring pools that are out here in this field. There are lots of western chorus frogs getting it on. I love wetlands. The realms of water and land are so closely intertwined, and this supports a plethora of wildlife, including the blue-spotted salamander. This salamander breathes using its lungs. It depends on seasonal forest pools to reproduce out of the reach of hungry fish. but our wetlands don't get the respect that they warrant. Clearing of habitat, water drainage, and pollution are the main concerns. I've grown up exploring these woodlots and wetlands, and in no time, within my lifetime at least, has this been considered virgin forest or old growth forest, or a class 1 wetland perhaps, but it was nonetheless valuable to plenty of species that find themselves in this dynamic landscape in Niagara where habitat size is decreasing and shrinking. Urban expansion is happening. We have this burgeoning presence of human activity that is literally just carving up and swallowing up just about everything that stands in its way. We need to be more careful with how we treat this land. Where do we all fit in? I'm not sure if you can see this on the camera exactly, but this is what you'd call pit and mound topography. Meaning there are these mounds and there are these pits, like this one right here. And these pits fill up with all kinds of meltwater from the previous winter and the spring rains. And they act as very valuable breeding grounds for salamanders and frogs, drinking spots for different wildlife, shelter for animals such as the common snapping turtle and other turtle species we have out here. That's all gone now.
Much later.
Perfect. Amazing. That's not going anywhere. You're just going to have to imagine you're an owl with a tilted head, but I wanted to give you a view of the forest and its stratified composition. Different species use different areas of the forest for survival. Consider a forest as a multi-floor apartment containing different inhabitants at each level. I've come across a rather big den. I'm always quite cautious approaching dens, especially ones that I've never been to before. And this is clearly one that's well used. Holy crap. That goes way back in there. Whoa. You never know what's in here, what's gonna come running out at you. Maybe coyotes use this. That would be my guess, because no groundhog makes holes big enough for me to crawl into. Humongous den. Goes way, way back in there. I hate to upset the owner in a place like this. Holy crap. This is definitely a well-established home for some kind of animal. Maybe it's a coyote den. A little nerve-wracking being in another animal's home, especially in a confined space. Oh my god. That's about as far as I can squeeze. But nonetheless, worth exploring the rightful home of another creature that lives up on this escarpment. The Niagara Escarpment is truly remarkable in both its history and natural significance. Tropical marine organisms in the form of fossils reside in the walls of the escarpment to this day, as this mighty ridge of land was once under a great inland sea. The shining example of Niagara Falls is no exception to the power of water's influence on the escarpment.
Andy Taylor, the little 5-foot.
And neither are these.
Biodiversity is everyone's business. I mean, it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from. It doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, religious, non-religious, went to school, didn't go to school. Maybe your passion is the internet and computers. Maybe your passion is automobiles and cars. And maybe your greatest hobby is to be outdoors and hug trees like me. Or perhaps it's strictly all business. But it doesn't matter what line of business you walk in life. Biodiversity is everyone's business. When we lose it, we end up losing a part of ourselves with it. How bizarre is it that we can just allow other species, other rightful living things, to disappear before our very own eyes, within our control for most of it? Absolutely sad. And as the main message was promoted at the Ontario Biodiversity Summit of 2015, we are protecting what sustains us. Us as a human species, and us as a whole, this great big community we live in on planet Earth.
So that's why I devoted every spare hour I had to exploring. These places and species matter both inherently and for our own well-being. We explored by foot, we explored by boat. Every woodland and waterway was seen as an opportunity for discoveries and good times. The eastern red-backed salamander breathes through its skin and requires the escarpment's soil and habitat to remain in good quality. This northern brown snake benefits from the habitat options provided by the rocky slopes, too. His testicles are so big right now because it's mating season. He can barely move. Oh, he's up.
Something?
Yeah, could be.
What? There's so many. Yeah, it must be sap.
Oh yeah, look at them all up here. Definitely. Because you can see the dark spot. Yeah. Because they do like the same thing, you know?
A highly knowledgeable and enthusiastic friend of mine named ADRIN has explored a handful of Niagara's hidden corners with me. Very little did I know that he could show me a place in Niagara that I didn't even know existed. But firstly, we wanted to appreciate the little cogs in the wheel and their behavior and bizarre evolutionary outcomes. Check out these tortoise beetles that actually look like bird crap.
I guess I shouldn't worry too much about wild leaf.
Oh, leek. Good call.
Oh man, that's good.
We're gonna be burping this up later.
That's alright.
Consuming wild plants is a lost art in modern society. But with careful research and a keen eye, you can responsibly harvest right out of nature's supermarket. Leek is also a great way to ruin a first date, as it is related to onions and garlic.
I'm gonna say let's turn south. Look how brilliantly green these beech trees are.
You little bastard. To my own amazement, I have yet to stumble across this waterfall in my whole life. I enjoy a ton of my time out in these areas, and this scenic waterfall was completely new to me. This goes to show you how we can stimulate our appreciation of our backyard. It's humbling and refreshing to know that these places still exist. Very little did I foresee that I would be spending so much of my summer with this guy, Dave Tebbutt. Dave co-adventured with me for a huge portion of this project, and Niagara gave us something to talk about. You are looking at evolutionary artwork. Individuals and populations flashing more of the startling colors and eye markings have paved the reproductive way to make this species as beautiful as it is. The male has large feathery antennae used to pick up the female's persuasive pheromones. It is also as big as my hand. The Cecropia moth is a truly bodacious insect.
What is a dead end? I'm gonna scale this wall again, I'm thinking. I got flip-flops on, dude. If I had runners, I'd say yeah, but I'm pushing it doing this in flip-flops as it is. You be bloody careful, dude.
I had very little of an idea of what Dave and I were about to witness this summer. Places in Niagara that made us feel like we were in another part of the world. Creeks, caves, and valleys were waiting to be discovered right beneath our noses.
We've hit an island. I want to explore it.
It was apparent that dozens of Canadian geese had nested on this island. It was also apparent that some never made it.
On tonight's episode of River Monsters.
We have some 90-inch carp.
90-inch carp, he says.
Joking.
I've heard reports of 91-inch carp in this bay. We're in an area right now with so many flopping carp in this little shallow bay.
They hit the bottom of our boat. It's
And we can feel it
whoa, that
on
was a
our
fish.
buttocks.
Asian carp are actually invasive and cause serious ecological harm by altering the habitat.
Someone is here. Dude, I can see him. He's coming like a submarine. Here he is. Oh.
I am having the time of my life.
Yeah, you are, Dave.
Today I'm looking for black rat snakes. These snakes are the largest in Canada. They can get to over 6 feet long.
This is one species that I have yet to see in the wild despite intentional searching. It's incredible to think that an organism of this size can remain so elusive. I checked their known favorite habitats. These snakes can climb up trees. I even found one of its potential meals. So its prey and habitat were here. But where was it? This beautiful scene is brought to you by the flying plant children of poplar trees. These wind-blown seeds will possibly be landing elsewhere and establish themselves. Something scaling the moss-covered rocks caught my eye. It's a Polysemidae millipede. This is the only millipede in the area that uses cyanide in its self-defense. Do not touch. And yet another species of millipede.
Check out all those little legs.
And the North American millipede.
That is absolutely fascinating. Oh, and he just left a lovely trail. And that's just one way of defending themselves, because I probably startled them a little bit when I picked them up. Otherwise, these guys are totally harmless.
And amazingly, they can live for several years too. After sifting your way through the valley, you can round the corner to face the commanding presence of Lower Balls Falls. Yes, that really is the name of this falls. The rock stratification seen here paints a picture of the area's geological past.
Fresh water, wetlands, we can't take those for granted. They are a life source. They are filters. They are biodiversity hotspots. They are flood control. They are erosion prevention. And we need them.
It is painstakingly important to remember that once destroyed, these habitats don't just simply rise again. I made the best purchase of my life with this inflatable boat. Suddenly, we had an avenue to explore waterways we've only seen or heard of. The vessel's name is Brazil, Sun.
Are you going to sign in?
We're signing in.
We found a note. I saw this thing in the branch. Oh my
We're
gosh.
thinking
16 Mile Creek Pond has a guest book, and we just found it.
And we're checking in. Can we get room for 3, please?
Flash was here. Purple Hawks.
They all have code names.
I think we should say we're the Tri-Ministers.
Bush.
The Tri-Ministers.
Shawan. and Timbits have all been here. But Timbits was the last one in February 24th.
And now the Tri-Ministers have been
The
here.
Tri-Ministers arrived today. This is history right now. I hope someone's got a pen.
Signing us into the guest room.
June 22nd. We're putting it back into the envelope. Special envelope.
Oh my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Lot 665, ladies and gentlemen, is a radio in a champagne box. It's worth $5 million. $5 million. $5 million. Is that a mushroom on the tree, or are you a fun guy?
Yeah.
I think that tree's happy to see us.
That's someone's shoe from our boat.
Mr. Boucher, did you lose a shoe?
You trying to throw my shoe in?
Deflating the boat is best done with a really good friend.
Owen, is that a Heineken in your pouch, or you just happen to be with us?
Oh my god, he's swimming over to the other side of the border.
What is this?
Young man, where have you come from?
We found a new species.
Oh, wait, is this your passport?
I just got it from Australia.
What?
To clear
What's
himself
this?
at customs, he had to provide a Canadian mammal sound.
Swimming from Brazil.
Give me some otter noises.
I came home from hockey one night to find my best buddy from Australia sitting in my living room. Now that's what good friends do. So we picked a creek and we went for a float. Todd's Canadian bird calls were well rehearsed. The dog days of summer on the Niagara River. But even in contrast to the world-class rapids, this river is still truly a beast in other ways. Amidst this massive volume of water, the lake sturgeon still swims among many other huge freshwater species.
We got our first discovery here. A Whirlpool Jumbo.
A Whirlpool Jumbo. Oh, he's gonna play with us? Oh, he's coming straight for us. Oh, jeez.
We're gonna feel these waves. Let's paddle closer to them.
We're gonna be in a gladiator situation. Oh, no! Hey! Oh, he's playing games? Oh!
I knew it!
That's gonna be the best thing that's ever happened in the river.
Change these course just to...
That makes me really happy.
Oh, it's so good.
Tell us something. Tell us about the Niagara River.
It is so deep here. You can't even see the bottom or fathom what it looks like.
This is international waters.
In international waters right now. I'm just gonna straddle the boat and celebrate that.
Is it nice and cold in there?
Dude, look at that. Look at the second one in.
We're about to make land. Ho!
Are we?
Welcome.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're docking here.
Before I knew it, Todd's whole family was in Niagara. Respectively, once you've seen Lower Balls Falls, you have to see Upper Balls Falls too. I simply can't get enough of these places. Every living entity out here is as dependent and interconnected to the environment as much as we are. Perhaps if more people immerse themselves in these areas, then we can cultivate a better understanding and respect for our land. A land that we all need to share and live with.
freshwater crayfish. He's a good boy. Oh, he's gone. Here we are in international waters between the United States of America and Canada. Welcome to Black Creek, Fort Erie.
We barely fit the maximum height.
Is the camera waterproof? Owen?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Black Creek, Fort Erie. Perhaps one of the most wonderful places to potentially own property. The city council is against illegal dumping in the river. However, this man who has built this floating pontoon with a motor says otherwise.
Yeah, that's awesome to notice after you swam in the water. Canada's national animal, the beaver. Only a short drive or float away from the Scuttlebutt in Stevensville, Ontario.
We got a turtle on the log up there on the right.
Good eye.
Most likely a painted turtle, catching some sun, just as we are today.
What?
The weather report today is about a 30% chance of showers, and 30's just been upgraded to 100 because it's raining right now. So there's a 100% chance of showers in Black Creek right now. It's happening.
Ready?
Yeah, here we go.
Alright, double quads, baby.
We're going to return this ball to its rightful owner. It's on land. So here we are in Stevensville, Ontario. We've made it all the way up Black Creek, and we're about to place a very special order at the Scuttlebutt, a fine little restaurant and bar in town here. Hey, this is the Scuttlebutt. Awesome. We're sitting in Black Creek right now. We're wondering if you'd like to participate in our documentary. Hi, so if you can come on in? Yeah. Awesome. Cheers. Everybody.
Checking out the local natural spots is important, but so are the local eateries and pubs.
We have a weather situation unfolding behind us as we speak.
Unfortunately, Brazil Sun's top speed is 2 kilometers an hour.
And this storm is probably moving at about 70 or 80 kilometers an hour. Storm's coming. And we're about to get rocked in Black Creek, Ontario. That's a big frog. Trains and everything. Can't stop this water train.
We gotta go.
We're about to portage across this golf course because we've been hit by the storm.
Not many people know about Niagara's other species of toad, the Fowler's toad. The more common American toad and this species are nearly identical at a first glance, but a closer inspection reveals the difference in the wart patterns on the back. The Fowler's toad usually has 3 or 4 warts within a circled area on the back, whereas less than that for the American toad. This is a totally different species. It goes to show you how we can't just take the things that hop, crawl, and buzz around for granted.
Oh, look at this. This is good.
Yo, look at those roots.
The mist from the falls is directed towards this slope, and it creates a very interesting diversity of unique plant communities. Every living thing has a niche or a tolerance range that it can survive in nature, ourselves included. And these plants right here are specialized to living in the constant moisture, the constant pounding of water, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Can you believe it?
Ready to rock.
Oh wow. We're in a tunnel underneath the Q Falls, more or less. The water is freezing in here, you can see your breath. Wow. Unbelievable place. We're deep inside of what appears to be an old mining shaft, which is currently waterlogged.
I was half expecting to find some weird or creepy human activity in this tunnel. Thankfully, no creepy corners were found in this hidden corner.
I'm here with my friend, the Swiss mountaineer. His name is Marcel Launer. He's come all the way from Switzerland, and here we are in Short Hills Provincial Park.
Within 15 minutes of hiking here, you can experience steep-cut gorges with old-growth forest, a wetland floodplain, or a meadow that is pulsing with bees and butterflies. Marcel and I wanted to investigate the oddities of life on the wall.
This is the closest we're going to get to that beautiful moth you can see perfectly camouflaged. There is a spider web which is actually strong enough to hold a water drop.
Or even an acorn for that matter. In an overdue farewell to an extraordinary summer in Niagara, Tom, Dave, and I visited one last site. Although this cave is man-made, the flooded floor of this place is representative of the ancient subtropical seabed that once dominated the area.
Whoa! I think this one has dehisced quite recently because I don't remember struggling to get through this crack right here. And it looks like there's like some fresh break marks like right there and there.
That's really interesting. Wow.
Man-made or not,
tight in here, eh?
frogs, the stunning herald moth, and a bat were found, quite fittingly, on Halloween on this outing. At this time of year, the little brown bat goes into a metabolic lifestyle called torpor, where the heart rate, feeding, and locomotion slow down significantly.
Kind of like the next closest thing to hibernation.
What?
And they basically just hang like that dormant for the majority of the cold months.
These kilns were hand-built in 1882 and operated as humongous ovens which incinerated raw limestone to create a natural cement. The ruins of the previous operators are actually found nearby. Burnt rock in here would have originated from that cave just a 2-minute walk away. Here are the ruins of the previous operators.
Look at the size of this tree. Certainly a dead tree. This thing's got history and a story. Look at all the organic matter inside the tree. This stuff is like soily. The tree is just turning back into the earth. And it's gonna eventually become part of it again. And those nutrients are gonna be put back into the soil to make all the other trees grow up around it. Look how corky this is. Unbelievable, that's thick, that is callous.
One day, while installing an insect trap for a university experiment, I took it upon myself to show you how much you could do in Niagara in just one day. The day has begun. I set up an insect trap and explored. I had a solo date by the Niagara River where I watched its imposing waters. I peered over the edge only to recollect that we are at the edge of our relationship with these places. Places that provide for, protect, and humble us. I wish our passion for the environment was as immense as the Niagara River itself. But that, my friends, is up to us. I visited a naturalized quarry where somebody visited me. I then dove underwater to find a truck reclaimed by bass and plants. I covered a lot of ground. I explored the fringe of Wainfleet Bog, which houses a small population of the eastern Massasauga rattlesnake. I then swam in one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world, and then I paid thanks to a plant that helps cure the itch of poison ivy. I then found a waterfall entirely new to my eyes. I sat, listened, and thought, what a wonderful world. Never suppress the innate human hunger to explore and learn. Absorb these life experiences for yourself and share them with friends and loved ones. And then ask yourself, can the hidden corners inspire us to care about the environment? Our relationship with the natural world is in your hands.
No. Oh,
Huh?